Majamaa, mimi naambia ni bulanda, si ati nini huko Mandera, mambo inachacha. Wewe sasa sikia leo, RPG hiyo ni rocket propelled grenade. Wewe jua imelonchwa kutoka area fulani inajulikana kama Bulahawa, Somalia. Imekamadi wapi hadi area ya Mandera jua. Hiyo kitu imekuja kaingia hadi kwa chuo, mimi nakwambia. Bulanda, nini venye tu wapik ni hawako wameenda chuo. Wangekuwa kwa chuo, asa tungekuwa tunaongea mambo mengine mjamaa. Ni bulanda, si ati nini. Alafu jua inaoma, ni watu wa Jubaland forces na watu wa Somali army ndio wanapigana. Wanataka kutumiza economy ituhusu mjamaa. Sasa mimi nakwambia area mabamba zina fly tu shwa kidogo, umezuba hivi bamba kwa mgongo, umezuba hivi si labda bamba kwa mkono, umezuba hivi si labda bamba, yani hiyo area ni noma. Mimi nakwambia ni bulanda, si ati nini mjamaa.
Waziri wa masuala ya ndani Kipchumba Murkomen. Chumba, it might be cute for you to be a flower girl to the commander in chief. Hiyo kazi ni alikupea. It is stupid to use the frequency of Karen Nyamu to communicate to Mandera citizens and entirely Kenyan citizens, trying to tell them that Jubaland forces are not in Kenya. The unrest that is present right now in Mandera County. Huna macho. Bro, we ni kipofu. You can't see. Optic nerve ulitoa, ukafungia nayo balls, ishikike at least for you to reason with the same standard as the CIC. Someone explain this to me. The protests ongoing in Mandera because the citizens are at, yani hakukaliki, wameamua kuchukua hatua mikononi mwao. Or was the Mandera governor so stupid to publicly announce that his county is not okay, imekuwa invaded? Between the two of you, nani mshenzi kuliko mwingine? Please make it public, because trust you me, hakuna tofauti kati ya huyo governor wa Mandera. Wacha tu ikuwe the issue present at hand that I'm talking about is Jubaland forces in Kenya, in Mandera County. Wacha tuweke full stop up.
So the governor of Mandera came out and called upon the national government for help with the Jubaland forces situation in Mandera County. The people of Mandera staged a protest to ask the government to intervene in their recent troubles with the Jubaland forces within our borders. And this is what your interior CS had to say about it. This is his resolve. He has dismissed it as nothing and said that no, it's not happening. Not under our noses, not in our country. It's not happening. Do you live in Mandera, Murkomen? If the people that live in that region are calling on you to do something about it, instead of even investigating or trying, hata kidogo tu hivi, pretend to do something, you just dismiss it. This is your resolve.
Majamaa, si ati nini, isa ndo gidhapoa yenye ule CS wa defense tuya anafaa kukamuku nje ambiwa just nini endelea. Kama governor wa Mandera Kenya alisema ni ukweli tu just wa Jubaland wameingia maeria. So CS wa defense anafaa campaigns ya kubanja seme nini endelea. Inamaanisha jamaa washavuka mpaka border wako kwa territory yetu sasa mjamaa. Na tumenyamaza tu mjamaa. Bulanda mjamaa. Mimi nakwambia ingekuwa nchi nyingine, wacha hata nyingine. Mimi nakwambia TZ ni mbali. Kwa Museveni jaribu tu kuingiza kichwa hivi mjamaa. Museveni pia anatoka na wewe hivi. Bulanda.
News just coming in. Protests in Mandera over the presence of Jubaland forces in the town and in the county. Now, Jubaland forces wamekuwa in the county for quite some time, and inasemekana hadi take over a primary school called BP Primary School, and wamekuwa kifanya training zao huko. Now, recently kulikuwa na clashes between Jubaland forces and forces za Somali government. Some Kenyan lives were lost, and residents of the town wamesema enough is enough. They want Jubaland forces out of the town because wanasema Jubaland forces wanakani kama wanakuwa supported by the Kenyan government, and wanashanga interest gani ndio the Kenyan government wako nayo in in Somalia and in supporting Jubaland forces. That's the latest. So Mandera is quite tensed. Kuna tension in Mandera, and guys don't know why Jubaland forces are being allowed to stay in Kenya.
Let's go. One time. Murkomen must resign. Ruto must go.
عدها لي سالو عرفنا سوا قايله انا
جبلان هبحنا
watu ambao wameumiza jina za wamemaliza, yani wamemalizana huko nchi yao, wamefuruga, wamekuja hapa. Sisi hatuna vita, sisi hatuna silaha ya kujilinda, maisha yetu iko hatarini. Sisi hapa mahali sisi tunaishi, kuna banda ilingine, banda ya kusini, kuna serikali, kuna askari yetu iko hapo. Banda ya magharibi iko Ethiopia. Banda ya kaskazini iko banda ya serikali ya Somalia. Banda ya huko chini ya banda ya northern side kuna Jubaland. Hapa wanaishi hapa famu zetu. Tulienda kila mahali, tuliongea ya kutosha. Tumeenda kwa serikali, tumeenda kwa county, tumeenda kwa DC, county commissioner, ametuambia hawa watatolewa. Hawakutoa. Juzi alisema wako ndani na wako kwa shamba yetu. Unajua kitu kingine, lazima mtu ajue ya kwamba kama hakuna amani, hakuna shule, hakuna madarasa, watoto wetu wako kwa madarasa, hawako kwa duksi. Mwezi 2 uliopita watoto wetu hawajasoma, wengi wetu wameenda IDP. Sasa watoto wako kwa mkono yetu. Shamba yetu imekauka. Wajamaa wanaishi hapa kwa shamba yetu. Tunauliza, kwani sisi watu si hapana wenyeji wa Kenya?
You know, guys, we need to critically ask ourselves, what is the motive behind this occupation of Jubaland in Mandera County? Because I hear now they are doing things that cannot be expected in a country where we have a government, in a country where we have military, in a country where we have the rule of law. Because why this takeover? Who is behind, or maybe who is the mastermind behind this Mandera takeover by the Jubaland? Nimekuwa tu hivi najiuliza, the government is very quiet about this issue, even when the media, even when the people, even when the residents of Mandera County are making a lot of noise. They have been castigating, calling out to the government to chase or maybe to throw away the Jubaland forces out of Mandera, but there is nobody in the government who is speaking about this, including the government spokesperson, the president himself, who swore, he's sworn to protect the sovereignty of this country, and more so, or maybe the most important thing is to protect the lives of the people. But I already hear that we have lost a life there. I don't know whether it's one or many. We have seen displacement of people because these people are coming and taking over the structures, the infrastructure. Schools have been closed severally, and people have already started running for their lives. So my question is this: what is the government doing about this? Lakini kitu moja mimi nataka tujiulize critically, without bringing in the issues of politics here, kwa sababu vitu zingine it is beyond politics. Why is the government so silent about this? What do the government know that we don't know? Or maybe what is the plan of the government? Kwa sababu these people are not just there, they are not there by mistake. I want to tell you, they are not, or maybe they have not occupied Mandera by mistake. There must be purported documents, or maybe agreements. There must have been agreements between either the government and also those militias, because I don't believe that these are ordinary wanajeshi. They are not ordinary military officers from Somaliland. These are militia. This must be another militia group. That is iko pale inajifanya ati ni watu wazuri, but it is just masquerading as good, or maybe as official wanajeshi from that Somaliland. But they are only what they are hiding is something that Personally hatujajua ni nini, lakini mimi swali langu ni moja tu. And I want someone, not because you support the government or maybe you don't support it, ukuja hapa uniambie what could be happening in this Jubaland. Is there any plan maybe to take over Mandera, or maybe to come along the northeastern region, wachukue those counties, wakuja kama wameoccupy, and then maybe waanze kuzua vurugu, and then zile vitu ambazo huwa zinafanyika huko za maana zikose kufanyika, ama hapa kuna wizi wa pesa ambayo inataka kufanyika. First of all, wala watu wanaweza kuja para waanze kubomoa mashule, waanze kuharibu mahospitali, all those social amenities zile ambazo zinahitaji kurekebishwa na serikali. Ikuwe sasa ni another way ya kuleta marekebisho pale, ikuwe ni pesa wanataka kukula through those maybe construction of those social amenities. But anyway, what is happening? I need to understand. Personally, I'm in the dark. I don't understand what is happening. But your guess is as good as mine. The motive is not anything good for Kenyans. The motive is something that is hidden, and it is not anything that is pleasant to us.
As I said, every time there is a conflict in the Somalia side, it definitely spills over, especially if it's Bulahawa and the towns across the border. It affects Kenya. And remember that we have a good working relationship with Somalia as a country. And so when there is those challenges, there's citizens who feel endangered run from the neighboring country run to Kenya. But we cannot confirm now whether they were forces of where, who they are. It's only until you do proper security analysis and investigations that you get to know, is it forces, is it civilians, and so forth. It is also it's also important to note that such security issues are handled in as security issues. So if we reach a stage where there is any challenge, we will tell the country. But at the moment, we don't have any difficulty. The complaints that have come from citizens have been looked at. The question of occupation of school, there is no school currently being occupied, as a matter of fact. And so if there are other parts of Kenya that there is a spillover of citizens from the neighboring countries, with Somalia particularly, that will be, that's why I said the security team will work on it to make sure that they return peacefully.
Whatever is happening in Mandera is mind-blowing, it is insane, it is unfair, it is modern-day marginalization, period.
And now, it is payback time, it is karma. The same Jubaland forces are now infiltrating Kenya, harassing Kenyans in Mandera. They will soon cross to Wajir. Then they will next come to Garissa. And then they will come to Kitui. And then they will come to Kiambu. Hivyo tu mpaka wafike Nairobi. Hiyo ni shida ya kujitafutia. Ama namna gani?
Starting to wonder what example we are setting for Ethiopia. Because Mandera is strategically placed between two countries. That is Ethiopia and Somalia. And Somalia is already training in Mandera, which is insane. Now imagine what Ethiopia is thinking, like, oh, okay, so we can also just pick a hospital and go train in it. You know, that is the example. We are setting an example. We are showing how weak our borders are. And I hate politics. I will tell you, I hate politics because this is not the time for politics. This is not the time for which leader to be against which leader, for who said what, for who knows what. It is the time for something to be done.
Hey guys. Now, leo wacha tuongelea about Mandera na Jubaland. Because Jubaland, these are fighter taking over Mandera. And State House imenyamaza. Yani government imenyamaza. Because the other day uliona Ruto alikuwa na defense cabinet secretary Soipan Toya about this issue. But the report yenyewe inatuambia kwamba 60% of Mandera County is under the control of majority Jubaland and Al-Shabaab. Na unasikia 5 watano walipatikana wamekufa as Jubaland forces cross border walipoingia tu Kenya hivi. Watu 5 wamekufa, gava imenyamaza. Hata maswali yangu ni, na unasikia they have a camp. The foreigner troops from Somalia have pitched camp inside Mandera, occupying farmland in border point. One village. Yani wako hadi na kampi yao. And my question is, ulisikia the other day, Gachagua alikuwa anasema, Ruto is racing everything. Companies. Sasa anataka kulace mpaka Kenya. Yani nikaa Kenya basi sasa inauzwa part na hatujui inauzwa. Haya, it's getting out of hand. Haya.
Well, now shortly after Ruto allowed IDs to be issued in these areas close to the Al-Shabaab nations, Somalia, Sudan, Kenya in Mandera, 60%, as the governor says, has been occupied by rebel forces who are fighting in that area. And I'm wondering, who advised these guys to give IDs freely in this area? Now we have Al-Shabaab maybe who are registered using our IDs, you know. It's a very bad situation. I don't know who was advising these people, but again, Rigiji was right. Governors are here fighting him because of that issue, and yet it's going to affect our national security. 60% of that area is occupied. Jubaland, they're in our country, they are fighting. Rigiji was right about this one also. Sasa, I don't even have anything to say about it. Well, maybe just a question. Why do we have the strength to do politics about Garissa, Mandera, while we're having such serious insecurity things? It is sad.
And I can confirm that in our counties, huge chunk of the area is now being partially controlled by Al-Shabaab. I can tell you for Mandera, Al-Shabaab presence and sightings are more than 60% of Mandera County. Numbers of press.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Chief Shah knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
Wakili, how are you doing?
I'm okay, love. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes.
Gachagua already sees himself as the better candidate for 2027. Now that you are also in Safina Party, why should Kenyans believe on the Jimmy Wanjigi Willie Sutino ticket as the real alternative?
Because we are chaperoning politics of issues. It's about the people's agenda, not about politicians. So it shouldn't be about an individual. What does that individual represent as the issue that is of concern to the people of Kenya? So ask us, what do we stand for? We stand for the economy.
What vision and future plans do you have?
Our vision is very straightforward and very clear. We are going to pay odious debt. Illegal debt, we will not pay.
Yeah.
Then you ask us, what will you do with the money that you save? We will not pay for, Kenya will not pay for education. It will be free. They will not pay for healthcare. It will be free. We are going to stop borrowing from domestic market. With your ideas, you can walk into a bank here and access capital at a lesser interest rate. Today, you go there, interest rate 20%. Yeah. Why? Because government is borrowing heavily from that market. We'll stop borrowing from the domestic market. Let Kenyans access that money. Interest rate will fall to 3%. You borrow 1 million, in a year you are paying 30,000 at 3% interest rate. Who will not be able to economically feel empowered? Yeah. That is the difference between us and legacy politicians. Yeah. To them, it's about me, mtu wetu. I need to be a big person. No, we want Kenyans to be the big person by having money in their pockets.
Thank you so much, Wakili.
Thank you.
Ruto simpigi kura. Amenajisi inchi. Bila kutumia hata kondom.
This is Selector Dede.
Wanadhani asi bongo lala, ikikupita we bongo lala. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunazoza. Hatujikuku mewaka sana, na mabisto na chafua rada. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunazoza. Hakuna mboka, peleke shuleni watasoma. Madaktari wamegoma, hapo sani Yesu atatuponya. Wambie punde imechoka sana, farasi bado ijapatikana. Ni mandai wanagonya na mali wanaponda, unakonda wananona. Mandamano, 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 amise mandamano, mandamano, mandamano,
Jam down shuffle.